We're on our second day of our journey from Washington to Arizona, and we have decided we're going to stop at the Golden Spike National Historic Monument. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
So this is the location where the two railroads, one from the East Coast, one from the West, met in May of 1869.
So join us as we take a look at the Golden Spike National Historic Monument.
You are fully aware that this is where the first ever Transcontinental Railroad was completed. Now, that is truly monumental. Before the Transcontinental Railroad completion, the journey from east to west coast could take 6 to 9 months.
At this point, the audio of the National Park Service employee became difficult to hear. The main point of the speech at this moment was the journey from east to west coast after the Transcontinental Railroad was completed went from 6 to 9 months to 7 to 10 days. This is a replica of Jupiter, a steam locomotive owned by the Central Pacific Railroad that made history when it joined the Union Pacific No. 119 locomotive at Promontory Summit, Utah in 1869. What you see here is a replica of Union Pacific steam locomotive No. 119. So what do you think?
This is pretty great. I like that they have the two steam engines, so you can see like where you can get an idea of where the two railroads came together and the two companies came together, I guess.
So both of these are replicas that were painstakingly recreated as close to the originals as possible.
I love the little details, the little like paintings in the corner and on the...
That is pretty cool. Like the landscape paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is coal-fired.
See, there's a portrait right there.
So this one they're feeling with wood.
Yeah. Look at all the wood in there.
So September 1869 is when the two competing railroads met. And both coasts of the United States finally were joined together. So it sounds like for about a year, 1869 to 1870, they would actually transfer passengers from each railroad company
Yes. Yeah.
at this location.
Yes. The people who rode these trains would have also subscribed to this channel.
So here's the exact location where the Golden Spike was driven. Really, it was perfect timing. We showed up and then all of a sudden they started running the train engines.
Yeah. So we got to see a coal-fired steam engine and a wood-fired steam engine.
Look at this spectacular countryside around here. So you can see the old telegraph lines still running along this stretch of the railroad.
And she said they fly the 20-star American flag here to represent the flag that they flew at the opening ceremony.
Right, there must have only been 20 states in the Union.
Yes.
Most of the West would have been territories at the time.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because of incentives for building track paid by the mile, they actually built grade 250 miles past each other,
Yep.
but no parallel tracks were ever laid. Then the decision was Promontory Summit, which is here, was chosen as the point for the joining of the rails. Right, the Railroad Act of 1862 also called for a telegraph line to be strung along the Transcontinental route. I always thought it was in the 1870s, but it's actually May of 1869 that the two railroads joined. Yeah, Thomas Durant of the Union Pacific Railroad and Leland Stanford of the Central Pacific Railroad. The Union Pacific Railroad came from the east, and the Central Pacific Railroad came from the west.
Both of these men tried to be the ones who actually use the hammer on the last spike, but they missed. So the crew bosses, James Strobridge and Samuel Reed, ended up actually driving the spike.
Well, that was our stop at the Golden Spike Historical Monument.
It's definitely worth stopping and seeing the steam engines and the last spike spot.
Thanks for watching.